Wednesday, May 21st. Steve's on time. Here we go. Steve, we got the Phillies in first place. The Mets were so hot, and this is just the flow of a season where you get so hot and then you go down. The Mets go to New York. They lost 2 out of 3. Juan Soto was getting booed. Now he's getting yelled at for not hustling. Like, everything's starting to come down for the Mets a little bit.
I mean, yeah, I saw he got fed up with answering questions about the Yankees. I mean, I kind of don't blame him on that, though, right? Like, wouldn't you be sick of talking about your previous team over and over and over again and how great Judge is? And they're a crosstown rival.
Yeah, what'd you expect?
Exactly. But I don't know. I have no comment. I'm not going to go any further with that. I'm just going to stay right there. But he's hitting 247 with 8 homers. I mean, obviously he had a great year last year. He was insane. But you kind of saw it a couple of years ago. 2022 season wasn't so great. And he signs a huge contract. You just hope he fulfills it. 2023 he was a little bit better. Last year, obviously, he was really good. But he's still got time to turn it around. There's no question. You played with him. He's a advanced hitter.
Yeah, very advanced hitter. He's so dangerous. His at-bats are always great. But this comes back to you should never pay someone that much money unless, I guess, you're Shohei, because you can go both ways. But to pay one hitter who only gets 4 at-bats and who plays okay defense, to pay that much money, I mean, it really never makes any sense.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. He plays really bad defense. Really not good defense. I know firsthand. I love the guy, but yeah, I mean, you're paying for the bat. You're paying for the clutch hits when you make it to the playoffs with that payroll. I mean, they're number one. They have the largest payroll in baseball, and largely because of him. But still, and it's not like he doesn't have help. That's the crazy thing is, he had Judge behind him. Well, dude, have you seen Alonso's numbers? He's hitting 294 with a 944 OPS. It's pretty good. So,
right. No, they have a great lineup in the Mets, but it's just I can never pay a position player that much money. I'm sorry, especially someone that doesn't run well, so he's not highly athletic. I mean, his body looks very stiff. He's going to be big. He's probably going to play in first base in a couple years.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually interesting. How many years did Alonso sign for? Is it a 2-year deal, 3-year deal?
I think Alonso was like 3 to 5, somewhere in between there.
I'll have to look that up. But yeah, no, I mean, moving him to first base would be interesting. It's a 2-year, $54 million deal.
That's how much Alonso got? Wow, that's cheap for him.
Well, he signed so late.
For teams, though, that's a great deal. 2 years, $20-something million a year. You don't have to worry. I mean, his body's not the best. Like, that's a great deal obviously we're always for the players to get the most, but to go out as a player, go out and make $25 million a year and you just keep proving yourself. Yeah. I think it keeps you hungry every season. If I had signed 13 years, $700 million, I might take it to the house.
Well, that maybe, yeah, exactly. That's what maybe some of these guys are doing. I'm not going to mention any other names, but I mean, Alonso's a guy I'd bank on, right? Like he's a gamer. I mean, you see it in a home run derby. It's almost like over the top, but I'll take that if I'm going to trust millions of dollars, to a guy that's probably going to play hurt when he gets injured and he's going to get the job done. He's going to, with runners in scoring position, he's an absolute animal. I hated facing him with runners in scoring position. Yeah. I put money on that guy anytime.
It's crazy. Well, then
he stays healthy.
The Phillies are just sneaky. Also, they got 30 tie with the Dodgers, and the Dodgers are starting to scuffle. All of a sudden, here's the Phillies. They got 30 wins, and they're tied for the most wins in baseball.
Yeah,
with Aaron Nola on the IL.
Oh yeah, what they say was shoulder
baseball. The season is just so like up and down. That's why you got to have veteran teams that just keep it going. You got to have good starting pitching. But how about Alvarado? The Phillies lose Alvarado,
dude,
but all of a sudden Jordan Romano has turned it up a lot since he scuffled early in the year. But man, losing Alvarado, I did criticize. That's what happens. You get criticized by Salt and you turn it up.
It's amazing. I was explaining to some of my buddies that are a Panthers fan. We were like group texting a game, and they were criticizing. I don't know, one of the players on the Panthers. I forget who it was. I think it was Jones. And sure enough, right after the text message, he rips one, back of the net. Well, that's what happens in baseball. You criticize a baseball player, they tear it up for a while. Hitters, especially.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to suck forever. At some point, you got to get better. If you don't get better, you're probably not in the league.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, how many times when like the team's struggling in the offense, like you're in the bullpen, like, man, we can't save our life. We're gonna hit water. We fell out of a boat. All of a sudden, it's like whack, 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 whack. It's hilarious, dude. It's like we should just talk trash more often. You
just got to talk it in. You got to talk it into out in the world, and hopefully it comes true. Like a lot of times, all of a sudden, you're like, if you look up, like, God, they terrible at pitching, and all of a sudden, it's a 1-0 game.
Yep,
just the way it goes. But like, no, really, like Alvarado loss. How do you think that affects the Phillies long term?
Oh, I mean, the back end of the bullpen. Anytime you lose a guy like that, but the thing with him is, look, he's been good, obviously, since he's been with the Phillies, but there's some inconsistencies there. So, I mean, it's going to hurt them losing a quality arm that you trust in the 8th inning, especially with the year he's having. But maybe it was the steroids he was taking. I don't know.
Oh, my dad's trying to talk to me. Like, get a feel, Dad. Jesus.
We're on air, Dad.
Yeah. Anyways,
I thought your internet was going out. Well, again.
What bothers me about the Alvarado thing, like you're taking a weight loss thing, there's a high risk of weight loss getting popping on a drug test. That makes, and then like Dombrowski's like, yeah, he was taking a weight loss, and he knew, like they all knew there was a high chance he was going to get popped.
Yeah, I mean, if that's true, that's on the organization. They knew that.
Yeah,
like you're taking a non-NSF certified. What are you doing? I'm like, our training staff would freak out if we didn't drink like Red Bull or like have a NSF certified drink. I remember I drank like on Alani one time, which isn't necessarily NSF. It doesn't have anything bad in it, but it's just like, don't do it again. We don't endorse this. Like, oh, sorry. That's what I had in my pocket.
Yeah. That's just crazy. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like he's got to be more responsible. And he's a good dude. He works so hard, but he does. You have to take a weight loss pill. I mean, just chill out on the eating. Like, you're making all this money, making $9 million a year. Buy a nutritionist.
Chill out on this bread.
Chill out. Like, I don't understand. You got one job to do, and that's to stay fit and throw hard. Like, just stop.
I love Alvarado was a rookie when I played with him. He was great, but
he is great.
It's not. I mean, you have to admit it's pretty sketch.
Very sketch. He had a down year last year, and then all of a sudden this year he's back to doing what he does. I mean, I don't know. It is sketch. There's a lot of guys that like Profar, who was having amazing seasons, gets popped. It's just like,
yeah. But you know why guys
like these days you get popped, they just okay, and then like Tatis gets popped, serves suspension, and everything's okay. Like they don't care anymore.
No, so you cut out. Yeah, I agree. I was gonna say there's no recourse for those guys. That's why you do it, right? Like, cool. I sit out for a year and a half or 80 games. I'm just gonna be in the weight room and get stronger, and my bodies are actually resting. It's almost like a benefit, like all these guys are grinding it out. You're just chilling in the weight room, right, taking your reps. Like that actually, longevity wise, it almost makes sense.
I mean, like, I hate he's losing out on $4.5 million, but I feel like he'll make it back.
Well, yeah, exactly. You're kind of gambling on yourself there. Like, Tatis was going to make that back, no problem.
Yeah.
Like he's going to have a bright future. And now he's even brighter. He got to sit out as long as he did.
I feel like there's got to be a bigger band. I don't know.
I mean, Cano did it twice.
I mean, I'm not. What's going besides Braun? When was the last American that got that? I guess A-Rod, but like I guess Braun was probably the last American to get popped.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't really think about that. Yeah, I mean that was obviously the worst one, right? Yeah. No, there's guys behind the scenes that you haven't heard of. The dude for the Astros, he swears up and down he's a lefty pitcher. I forget his name. He was a young guy, and he's like, there's just several of us that have gotten popped and we have no idea from what. Like, I don't know if I
Yeah.
ate something. Like I don't know what else to do. Like and you believe him once you get to know the kid. He's super innocent. So I think some people kind of behind the scenes get popped and you don't even hear about it.
I believe Braun. I was on that team.
Oh, you believed him. I thought you said you think I got you.
He got us. We went and
Yeah.
backed him up at like a press conference, and while he's pleaded, he didn't do anything. And then next thing you know, 2013, he's just like
Yeah.
gone, like not in the clubhouse, gone, left us hanging. And then it was like, what?
We had a team meeting after he gave that press conference. Kevin Slowey led it and just saying how, BS it was. And like thinking of you guys, the teammates, like, can you imagine, you have this guy's back because you believe him and the whole time he's just lying in your face. Like, that's tough.
Yeah, I can imagine. I was there.
No, yes, I was speaking as Slowey, but yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, I know. I got to meet him during the WBC. He's like a super nice guy. Like, he's a superstar back then. I'm like, this guy's gonna be stuck up. He wasn't at all. He was great. And then he gets popped. I'm like, that was the same year actually, 2013. I was like, oh shoot. Yeah.
Yeah, super nice guy. Good teammate. I mean, he bails out on a lot of starts if he's facing a pitcher that he feel like he's not gonna do well against. His neck or his back hurts that day all the time.
Yeah,
it's always against like the Cardinals when Cardinals had those starters that threw hard.
Jose Fernandez, he backed out on him.
Yeah, I would too.
One game.
But it was just like it was just known in the team. It was like, oh, if we're facing the Cardinals or someone, Bronny's not going to play. And it's the same thing when we went to Chicago. Like Aramis Ramirez lived in Chicago. His hamstring was always going to bother him. And when we went to Chicago, so it's crazy. I mean, I'm not an everyday player, but man, can you imagine you just get to show up to a series as a reliever, be like, I need this whole series off.
We're playing the Dodgers. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, we're going to Colorado. Like, I'm good.
Yeah, I tried that.
Yeah. Speaking of the Dodgers, I saw a Shohei went. It was a backdoor breaking ball, good pitch, and he stays on it and just goes oppo probably 15 rows back to left. It was amazing. This guy is unreal.
It's insane. I saw I was there for both of these, but the guy who tests all those baseball bats. You ever seen those? I forget what his name is. Bat Bros. Yeah. I love their stuff. But he went to T-Mobile and tried to hit the furthest home run ball. It wasn't even close, but one of them was Zunino. I was there for that one. And the other one was Shohei. And Shohei's was so impressive that I would pull it up on the iPad in a bullpen and just keep showing guys. I'm like, no way. He hit it into the highest deck possible. I'll never forget. The only people up in right field, way up where he hit it, was this couple. I don't even know if they're allowed to be up there. And ricocheted, it rattled around the chairs, and the ball went flying down again to the lower deck. I'm like, everyone stopped what they were doing when you hit that ball. It was nothing like I've ever seen. And it had to have been further than what StatCast said. It was ridiculous.
Probably. I always feel like StatCast is way wrong.
And it was off.
I feel like every ball sometimes upper deck 500. Give it 500 every time.
Yeah. No doubt. And it was off Marco Gonzalez. Knowing we're going into this AB, this is not a good matchup for Marco. Bless his heart, he doesn't throw as hard, and Shohei just swings like Babe Ruth and just.
And he throws those little sinkers and cutters, which is not big enough break to get out of Shohei's bat path.
Oh man, we got to pull it up. It's incredible. It's such a good one.
It's amazing. The Dodgers are scuffling, man. What do you got? They've lost 4 in a row.
No, they won yesterday.
Before that, they lost 4 in a row. They are only a game up on the Giants now, who the Padres are slowly. The Padres have lost 4 in a row. This is what's great about baseball. If it was just 60 games, like we did in COVID year where the Marlins, made the playoffs. Sorry about it. But if it was just 60 games, I mean, they played 50, but it would just be so different compared to other sports. Like NBA is 60, 70 games, maybe 80. But so the Padres we're like, oh my God, they're unbelievable. And now they're like, can't get a win. And then they'll probably, same thing with the Phillies. They were out of it and now they're the best team in baseball. It's crazy.
Yeah, but the Dodgers, their schedule is going to be a lot. It's more difficult. That's the best division in baseball, right? And so I'm not surprised. I mean, look, let's see. The Dodgers played Arizona. They beat Arizona, lost it. So they're 1-1 against Arizona. The rubber matches today. Well, they lost 3 to the Angels. I guess that's not good. But the Athletics are on fire. Who took 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers. But the thing is, dude, you say they're scuffling, and yeah, maybe for them they are. In fact, the headline is Dodgers playing a game of whack-a-mole with pitcher injuries. What a headline. But they're also the second best record in baseball still.
I know. That's how good they are.
Yeah.
I mean, they signed guys that just have been hurt. Glasnow, they gave all that money. I can't even think of the Cy Young Award winner. Why can't I think of his name? The other guy, the lefty.
You cut out. What'd you say?
Who's the lefty that hasn't even pitched yet? Why can't
Kershaw?
I think of his name? No, the other guy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who you're talking about.
The guy that won the Cy Young from Tampa. He was with the Padres. Why can't I think of his name? The starting pitcher.
I know. I'm trying to think too. It's bad. But anyways, yeah, they're always injured. But then they find a way to get it done anyway. So it's like, I mean, even Kopech's out for the year, it looks like.
He's out for the year?
He's on the 60-day, so
I think he's on a rehab. Yeah, but he's on a rehab assignment.
Oh, that's right. I
Yeah.
see it now. Yep, my bad.
Blake Snell. Jesus Christ.
Oh, Snell. I forgot Snell was there. I mean, listen to this. All right, here we go. Kirby Yates, he's on the IL. We kind of probably could see that coming. He's always hurt. Trinan, Gavin Stone, 60-day. Trinan, 60-day. Snell, 60-day. Sheehan, 60-day. Sasaki, 15. River Ryan, not too familiar with him, 60-day. Evan Phillips, 15. Wow. Kopech, 60. Kyle Hurt, he's new to me, 60. Henriquez, 60. Grove, 60. Bruce Gratterall, 60. Glasnow, 15. That's it. That's a lot, dude. I didn't know it was that bad. Yeah, thanks for finding Snell, by the way. That was driving me crazy. I don't know why. Brain fart.
And most of those guys are like high spin torque slider guys, except for Kirby Yates. He's a splitter, but I mean, he's getting older too.
Right. I mean,
like, I'm done with the spin rate stuff. Like I think what's that kid's name? Jared Jones, a really good starter with the Pirates, young kid. Everyone's excited about. He just had Tommy John. Like the kid just broke in, but just high velocity, high spin stuff's got to chill out.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not going to though, because they're getting, they're getting results with it. And you know how it is. Once you find a pitch that you like and you figure it out, like you have to stick with it no matter what, because that's going to get, give you success and get you paid. So how can you like run away from that?
I don't know that.
I'll tell you
There's
how.
a kid in college threw 105. Like what are we doing? We're at 105 now.
Yeah, I know the Ben Joyce dude got hurt too already. I think guys, and I think we talked about it last time, maybe we did earlier this year. Guys are starting to drop their arm slot a little bit.
Yeah, you said that last week. They're seeing. I mean, there's so many dumb articles and analytics about that crap.
Yeah, but there might be something to it. Like, look at here's the Buccos. Jared Jones to undergo right elbow surgery. That guy was really good last year.
I just told you that.
Oh, okay. I wasn't listening. I was looking up stats. So, hold on a second. Yeah, so Skeens, I think, was the first guy I was thinking of where he's dropped his arm slot. I don't know how many degrees, but it's visibly lower. He's still getting his results, even though he's 3-5 because he can't get run support. And I mean, he's nastier than ever, and all that probably to improve his longevity throughout his career. Because guess what? The Pirates aren't going to be contenders anytime soon.
Right.
So,
I
think it's wise
too high. Yeah,
if you're able to.
Yeah. But I think it's more about even shoulders. Remember Scherzer talked about even shoulders. You don't want like tilted shoulders and stuff. I think that does help. more of a natural rotation, powerful rotation.
Right. Remember, so when we were coming up, the reverse W was Tommy John City. Everyone's trying to get away from that, like the Strasburg. Yeah. And guys would throw over the top to try to create more angle. Yeah, Mark Pryor is a big one. And that was, that's dead and gone. And then now everything's the backspin high fastball. That hitters are starting to get to that a little bit. Now it's the sweeper that's creating a lot of torque on the elbow. Now guys are starting to realize, hey, I can get people out by dropping my arm slot a hair. And if that's going to improve my longevity and that's the new trend, I'm going to run with it until it's not a thing anymore.
But if you drop your arm slot as a righty, it shows the ball to the lefties a lot more. So all of a sudden, now you got to be really good against lefties. The lower your arm slot, you were really good against lefties sometimes. I was really good against lefties, but I just think it was just my late movement. I think a lot of times if you don't have a natural late movement, you drop your arm slot, that's early late movement. And those lefties see that thing for a mile.
Yeah. No, that's true. Skeens has no problem against lefties. His numbers are virtually the same.
He's got 1 billion pitches and he's got good late movement.
Yeah, we stunk. That's why we're relievers.
Yeah, whatever.
But you're right. You're right.
Stop saying that, by the way.
We're failed starters.
Failed starters. We were failed starters. I was just too small.
The bottom line is I didn't have enough pitches in my arsenal to be a starter or the attention span. So, but with that, so you bring up a good point. If you're able to drop your arm slot, you have to find a way to get lefties out. For me, I had to make an adjustment. I had talked to lefties. Hey, what do you see? I see your 2-seam longer. Okay, here's the 4-seam. All right, that's get on me a little bit quicker. Introduce a backdoor slider. I remember Logan Morrison telling me to do that during live BPs. Best feedback I've ever got. I learned a backdoor slider just to mix it up. Yeah, so you just keep messing with stuff in spring training and in the off season to try to get lefties off your heater. So it can be done.
Yeah, I hope it works because I'm just tired of all these really good young pitchers just leaving the game. I was a really good fan of Jared Jones, and Skeens was going to be a great 1-2 punch. And now it's that he just had Tommy John's, and it's we're in May, so now we'll get him back middle or next September maybe. If that. That's maybe.
I'm trying to look up his numbers. Was he having a good year?
He was good, man. He was really good.
I like his stuff. He was I guess he didn't even pitch this year. Did you know that?
Yes, I know that. Anyways,
that's a bummer.
How about what do you got on Skubal winning back-to-back Cy Young? Is there anyone in the American League that can challenge Skubal?
Yeah. Let's go to the Yankees roster. You know who I'm going to?
Oh, Fried.
He's unbelievable.
Yeah. It's going to go to punch-outs, though. I think Skubal gets the most punch-outs.
Well, let's look it up.
The Tigers, by the way, are such a good team right now. They're baseball with 32-17. They're up 5 games on Minnesota. Minnesota, who had won $1 billion in a row, and they're still 5 back.
Yeah. They were in a pretty big. But guess what? Minnesota did this last year. Remember the whole summer sausage thing?
Yeah.
And then what happened? The sausage got rotten and
they got rotten and they weren't so good anymore.
But Houston's in the mix still. Seattle's starting to be a little bit iffy. Texas is starting to come back. It's just there's so many ups and downs this year. It's crazy. Yankees are on a tear, 7-3. But Detroit's still my favorite team, man. They're just so scrappy. Have you I enjoy watching them play.
Remember they were the youngest team in baseball last year.
It reminds me of the Athletics when we were early on in our career, the 2013 teams, the 12, 13, 14. Yeah.
Graham Balfour. Remember Graham Balfour come out?
Yeah. Balfour is a man. They had Vogt. Actually, Crash Davis was after the fact. But yeah, those teams are just gritty. They knew they were playing in a, not great situation over there, terrible clubhouse and everything. And it was just them versus the world, and they loved it. You got the crazy people in right field. I feel like a lot of
that place fills up. What a great place to play! But I've never been in it filling up. Just watched it.
No, yeah, I've been there for a good crowd. It gets electric, man. The playing surface is incredible there. Great mound, like huge foul territory. He's good for pitching.
Yeah, that's true.
I
can't
love
wait
pitching there.
for the whatever we're gonna call them, Las Vegas A's. I don't know what we're gonna call them, but I can't wait for them to come. Now that my son is like into baseball, like be able to go to a game any day that we want and just go hang out. I can't wait.
Yeah, that's gonna be sick.
Yeah.
So
hopefully he's getting way more involved now.
Yeah.
By the way, my bet $500 against the Rockies is still looking amazing. They won one game last week.
I know.
I don't know if they won.
I meant to bring that up. I mean, they're still. I mean, they're in the bottom of the food chain in payroll, but they're still 21st in overall payroll. Like that's got to hurt, right?
Well,
like,
Chris Bryant. Well, I saw a post yesterday. It was talking about their highest paid people. I mean, they got like 5-6 guys making up to $12 million a year. They even paying a reliever $4 million. What's his name? Kinley.
Yeah, TK.
Who's never really been anything great, but for him to be making $4 million is crazy from the Rockies.
He's had some good years for them though. Like he was 2 years in a row. It's hard. It's hard to close there. Like he was getting it done. You know what I mean? He developed this little like spinning slider that goes like almost straight down, and you don't think anything of it. And then you're watching a pitch, and guys just have this like a UFO coming out of them. They don't know what to do with it. That's Kinley. And so for having that in a place that's terrible to pitch, I think that's why they roll the dice there.
Yeah, I would like for that kid to get out of there and try somewhere else.
No doubt.
He's got a good arm.
Yep. He was with the Marlins. He came up through their system.
Yeah,
my neighbor.
He got Rule 5, right?
Yep, my neighbor over here in Jupiter. But you're right. The 2022 season, he was electric. I mean, he had a .75 ERA.
Ooh.
And ended up getting hurt. But, I mean, that's what ended up getting him paid ultimately.
So they're 8-40. So if you bet $500 a day, the odds are so bad now. It's like minus 330. So you win like 100 and change now to bet 500. It's almost, but you get up so much money.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at their lineup.
I'm getting close to start doing it. Like, man, every time I look, like, well, what Rockies lost again. I don't even want to bet the White Sox. The White Sox are up. They would kill the parlay. They're at 15 wins now, so you got to stay away from the White Sox. But 8-40, they're on pace to maybe win 20 games.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you: this is worse than the White Sox last year, right?
Yeah, so they're at 48 games. You double that, they're at the 96. They might have 16 wins. 90. I mean, they might get 25 wins.
That's got to change, no?
No, look at their division.
Oh, man, it hurts me. It's just painful. It's just painful.
That's painful as an athlete to show up every day, and that's what you are. Like you're a big leaguer, but like, man, you're on the worst team. I mean, I've played on a 100 loss team. It sucks, but at least it just sucks. These are going to be like 100. They're going to lose 130 games. 130 games they might lose.
Yeah, it's really bad. I think in my first 100 loss team, the Marlins, 2013 Marlins, there was at least like light at the end of the tunnel because you could see the core kind of being decent. And the next year we were pretty good.
Yeah.
Here, like, what do you got? They don't have anything. You know what I mean?
I think they're ranked like number 7 in the minor leagues, which is a little bit of hope, but you still play Colorado.
Are we going to see those guys get called up like at the deadline and see what we got? Because I hope so. If I'm a Rockies fan, like I need to see these prospects, unless they're like super young, obviously. But I mean, nowadays you're calling up 19, 20-year-olds like it's nothing, because there's a lot less minor league teams. They're even talking about making less teams. It's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way,
man, it sucks for baseball. It's tough to see.
I think, on the table is they're talking about taking out another division in the minor leagues, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
How how ridiculous is that? Like, are they doing it just to save money? Because if you have guys going down like the Dodgers players, like where are you going to keep pulling players from? Just going to go to independent leagues and just start pulling guys out of the Atlantic League, like because a lot of guys have been getting taken out from these independent
cheaper
leagues.
that way. Think about it. You got to pay someone with big league time 6 figures to play in minor league baseball and pay for them to live, or pay $50K to get pull them out of minor leagues, pull them out of independent ball. When you
Is
feel
that
like
what it
you're
is?
ready.
I was just about to look that up. You have to pay $50K to pull them out of indie ball.
Yeah, there's like at a certain date now. It used to be cheaper. Like I was like $1,000 to get pulled out. Now it's way up.
What a gamble, bro!
Like
or what a deal. You're the
yeah. What
Brewers' best kept secret. Let me ask you this: in indie ball,
who would have thought? Who would have thought the best 40th round draft pick ever was sitting there in independent ball?
That's right. Let me ask you this: was your pitching coach good in indie ball? Was it good?
When I got to St. Paul, this guy played college ball. He was really good. He was one way. We worked on glove side sinkers, and he taught me a better slider. So I was a starter. So at least I got to sit here and work, and even in bullpens, like work on developing this pitch. The backdoor sinker, 100% took me to another level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can master that. Obviously, it's so hard to commit as a hitter to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was just asking that because I wonder like what guys are dealing with when they go to indie ball, when they're like, oh, I don't have a spot in my roster. Like they go and out of desperation play indie ball. But dude, the indie ball teams are kind of good nowadays.
Yeah, I was on an island when I was in Canada, but when I went to when I got traded to St. Paul, I had a really good pitching coach. That definitely that saved me a lot. I mean, it's just get coaches that care, man. That's what you need. Coaches that care, to want to get you out. They don't really care about the winning. I was in Canada; they just cared about winning. Which there was a kid that the Phillies wanted to sign him, and they held on to him till the season was over, and then let him get signed. How ridiculous is that?
Yeah, it is ridiculous. I don't know the way certain teams operate. It just blows my mind. You know.
Yeah, independent ball's tough, man. It's so tough to get back into minor leagues. Once you get out of minor leagues, man, it's so hard to get back. So hard.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Anyways, all right.
Hey.
I'm off to Nashville tomorrow, so see how that goes.
Asheville, you cut out.
Yeah, I'll be in Nashville tomorrow, racing this weekend. I booked my flights for Copenhagen for the World. Remember, you watched the World Championships last year, so I did book my flights. Yeah. We were gonna go.
Awesome, man. Is fam coming with you or just you?
Yeah, everyone's going.
Let's go. That's the way to do it. Yeah,
it's gonna be fun. It's the end of July, so make sure you're got your coffee ready to go.
Oh yeah, I'll be watching. Hey, real quick, one more Cy Young candidate, AL, to challenge Skubal and Fried. We forgot about Crochet.
I was gonna say Crochet.
Yeah, let's not leave that one. I meant to. We got cut off earlier, so. Hey, let me know what happens, or let me know. Remind us, when that race is, so we can all follow along.
Yeah. So, well, hopefully this week I need to get a good race this week, and this guy that I'm racing smoked me last time, so I need some payback.
Go get him. You know what to do.
All right, man. Have a good weekend. We'll talk to you guys next week. I think we have a guest next week. Yeah.
Yeah, Trevor Rosenthal. If everything were, the week after that, the 3rd, we'll have Trevor Rosenthal. So keep that in mind.
The week after that.
Yep.
All right, sounds good. All right, talk to you guys later.